Taking action for you from 7 Action News. This is the Now Detroit.
Good Thursday afternoon to you, and welcome to the Now Detroit. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Joanne Purton. We begin today with a disturbing story of animal abuse.
Someone was spotted throwing cats from a car on a busy road in Riverview, and one of them was found dead.
Yeah, the Now Detroit Simon Chowdhury shows us why some say cats would have a hard time surviving in that area. Animal lovers are outraged after learning someone was throwing cats out the window from a moving vehicle in Riverview.
I think that's horrible. I have cats of my own. Yeah, that's terrible.
Anger and frustration over an animal cruelty incident. Police are working to find out who threw several cats from a car window while driving down King Road. It happened last Friday near Grange Road. Witnesses told police they saw the cats being thrown from a blue car around 4:30 in the afternoon. When police arrived, they found one of the cats dead in the road.
Just take them to a humane society and don't be so cruel to the animals.
Witnesses did not get a good look at the driver or the car.
I find this an atrocity, and I hope you get down to the bottom of it and people will call in.
There's so many animal shelters and there's so many rescues in the downriver area. There's absolutely no reason to do that.
King Road is a busy street, and many folks say it's hard for cats to survive, even if they landed on their feet.
They would end up in the road and they would end up getting hurt. Not only that, but if you have hawks and stuff, they can become hawk food.
Again, police have very little details about the vehicle, but they continue to investigate. In Riverview, Simon Chowdhury for the Now Detroit.
All right, thank you so much, Simon. A live look right now over the Detroit River. It is another warm and really muggy day out there. We have a few storm chances for this evening. 7 First Alert meteorologist Hallie Vogel is tracking them right now for us. Hallie.
And you can just feel how heavy the air still is out there. Very muggy evening. We finally see the dew points dropping by tomorrow morning. Looking at a lot of cloud cover around, seeing a little in the way of sunshine. That's also helped keep our temperatures down. But a few of those pop-up storms had lightning tracker on. Right now, kind of losing a little bit of that momentum as it's moving east into Sanilac County. Also, a few showers down toward Monroe. Certainly non-severe. No lightning within it. Light to moderate rain there. Our temperatures anywhere from the upper 70s to low 80s. 82 degrees downtown. It's 81 in Pontiac. You're at 84 degrees Port Huron. You factor in the high dew points, though. It feels more like the mid to upper 80s. As I mentioned, finally breaking out of this pattern for the start of the weekend. We'll stay dry for Friday, Saturday, but I am tracking that rain chance for the end of the weekend ahead.
All right, Hallie, thank you. A family in South Lyon is feeling grateful for working smoke detectors in their home. They were able to escape unharmed after a bolt of lightning set their house on fire this morning. The lightning struck about 5 a.m. as a powerful storm rolled through the neighborhood. The sound woke up Kathy Murray, who then heard the beeping of a smoke detector. She ran upstairs to find a closet door blown wide open.
There was a huge hole in the wall, and there were flames shooting out about probably, I don't know, 1.5 feet, just shooting out of the wall. And that's when I screamed, "There's a fire, everybody out, call 911.
Kathy and her husband, along with their 2 kids, made it to the neighbors as fire crews arrived. Luckily, the flames were contained to that bedroom closet. The Murrays say their takeaways here are to make sure your smoke detectors work and you have an escape plan in place.
Oh, we hear it all the time. So true. Holding doctors accountable when it comes to the opioid epidemic and medical fraud. Today, the Justice Department announced the largest healthcare fraud takedown in American history. Among those charged are 6 Michigan doctors accused of operating a scheme to prescribe unnecessary drugs. Also billing Medicare for $164 million in fraudulent claims. The Now's political correspondent Mike Sachs shows us what went down and what happens next.
The nationwide sting resulted in 412 people charged with defrauding Medicaid, Medicare, and military and veteran health insurer TRICARE out of $1.3 billion.
We are sending a clear message to criminals across this country. We will find you, we will bring you to justice, and you will pay a very high price for what you have done.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions shared the stories behind some of the 120 people charged with opioid-related crimes, including a cash for prescription scheme in Houston.
Just one doctor at this clinic allegedly gave out 12,000 opioid prescriptions for over 2 million illegal painkiller doses.
Some doctors are accused of prescribing patients with unnecessary opioids, some of which ended up for sale on the street. A fake drug rehab facility in Florida is accused of taking advantage of addicts by recruiting them with gift cards and visits to strip clubs. Health and Human Services Secretary Tom Price said taking down suppliers is only one part of the Trump administration's commitment to tackling opioid addiction.
We've developed a 5-point strategy to address the opioid crisis, which involves, as the Attorney General said, prevention, treatment, and recovery.
More than 1,000 state and federal law enforcement agents took part in this operation nationwide. And Attorney General Sessions says they're working on even more techniques to find and prosecute other criminals. For The Now, I'm Mike Sachs.
Well, the privacy of more than 1,500 patients is now at risk after a serious data breach at the Detroit Medical Center. The hospital says the personal information was leaked by an employee at one of its staffing agencies. That worker allegedly provided electronic health records to people not affiliated with the hospital. The breach affects patients seen between March of 2015 and May of 2016. Police are now involved here investigating. The DMC has notified the patients who are affected, and they're being offered free credit monitoring.
Well, we are getting a look at the Senate's revised health care bill that just got released. Honestly, not much has changed from the first version, and at least 2 Republicans already have said they will vote no on the revised bill. 2 GOP no votes as all Senate Republican leader, should I say, Mitch McConnell, can afford to lose in this. This is what's new in the revised bill. First, states get an extra $70 billion they could use to help reduce premiums. Second, the bill includes an amendment to let insurance companies sell cheaper plans with fewer benefits. But there are concerns this could make coverage more expensive for people with pre-existing conditions. And third, the revised bill keeps 2 taxes on the wealthy that are part of Obamacare right now.
It aims to stabilize and reform the collapsing insurance markets that have left too many with no options. And it aims to make insurance more affordable and more flexible, so it's something Americans actually want to buy.
From what we're seeing, the new Republican Trump care bill is every bit as mean as the old one.
So what's next? McConnell has said he wants to vote on the revised bill sometime next week. The Congressional Budget Office is also expected to say next week how the bill will impact the number of people with health insurance. Joanne?
President Trump is in Paris today meeting with his counterpart in France, but he can't escape questions about his son's meeting with a Russian lawyer. The president is in France on the 1-year anniversary of the terror attack in Nice. He said the U.S. and France continue to face grave threats from terrorist organizations, but that we stand united against them and that our friendship is unbreakable. But as soon as questions were allowed, the subject changed.
As far as my son is concerned, my son is a wonderful young man. He took a meeting with a Russian lawyer, not a government lawyer, but a Russian lawyer. I do think this, I think from a practical standpoint, most people would have taken that meeting. It's called opposition research, or even research into your opponent.
France's President Emmanuel Macron says even though he disagrees with President Trump on climate change and the U.S. withdrawing from the Paris Accord, they were still able to talk about it. He says he and the president share a mutual respect.
Back home now, a Michigan family is pleading for help to find a woman who went missing in the UP. State police are looking for 37-year-old Scott Ruska and 28-year-old Leanne Wilmoth. Both were last seen on Sunday. Investigators believe the 2 went fishing on Chicago Lake in the Hiawatha National Forest. Police found Ruska's boat on the water, but no sign of his black 2006 Chevy Colorado. Wilmoth's relatives launched a Facebook page called Bring Leanne Wilmoth Home. They're suggesting she might be held against her will at this point. Her brother recently posted this message.
They have obviously found the boat. They found my sister's truck, fishing supplies and stuff all back at the Chicago Lake. They've got choppers out. They've got the dogs out trying to find scent trails. Eric, if you see this and you have her, please, I'm begging you, just let her go.
Ruska has a criminal record and spent 11 years in prison for third-degree criminal sexual conduct and kidnapping. Now, if you think you may have seen him or Leanne, please call state police.
Oh, you have to hope someone knows something about this case. All right, coming up, an investigation you're only going to see here on The Now.
We have a warning about a Facebook scam that's totally preventable. You just have to make a few little changes on your account.
Stay with us. You're watching The Now Detroit on this Thursday. Good to have you with us.